The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing Icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals who are making waves in the industry. I'm your host, Karen Roberts, and today I'm joined by Riley Lind. She's a dedicated eXp Realty agent serving northern Minnesota. Known for her integrity and client-first approach, Riley ensures smooth transactions for buyers and sellers. Now, outside of real estate, she enjoys Minnesota's great outdoors with her dog Colt and relaxing at home with her cats, Greg and Ed. So let's dive into her journey and her market insights. Welcome to the show, Riley.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Karen.
So first of all, let's just talk about a little bit about your backstory and what inspired you to pursue a career in real estate, and how did you get started in the industry?
So I first got licensed in Montana in 2022 while my husband was stationed there for the Air Force. So social media originally brought me to real estate, and I really enjoy helping people with the process. We first bought our house when we were 19 in Montana. So especially helping first-time home buyers, it's always an exciting process just to make sure they're getting into a good home, checking to make sure they have a good foundation, and just like things that I know can cost a lot, especially checking out that, because especially for first-time home buyers, you're just scraping together what you can to get into your first house.
Well, but congratulations. First home at 19, you've started off on the right foot. So northern Minnesota has quite a unique real estate market. What do you love most about working in this area?
We have a lot of different outdoor opportunities. So it's kind of a mix of land that I sell and homes. So sometimes it'll be lake homes. Sometimes it'll be just property that's deep in the woods that we're kind of just trekking through, depending on what people are looking for.
Awesome. And your clients, look, they praise you for your attention to detail and integrity. So what personal values drive your success in real estate, would you say?
Just always being straightforward with the client, like just putting it out there. If there are issues with the property, especially making them aware of that, and then allowing them to make that decision of if they're wanting to move forward with the property, knowing that there are those issues. How are we going to get those addressed with the seller? Are there things that the seller is willing to put in, so it's less responsibility on the buyer as they're going through the process?
Awesome. And when you're not helping clients, you love spending time outdoors yourself. So how does your connection to nature influence your approach to real estate?
Yeah, just kind of knowing the area helps a lot. Even like if someone's interested in purchasing on a lake, if I've been fishing there before, it's like, okay, telling them what's in the lake and just different areas of like hiking trails. If I have recently had someone who was looking for mountain bike trails. So just letting them know the certain areas, just because you've been kind of immersed in the area, just letting them know what's out there and just the different opportunities that they have.
Fantastic. And look, real estate's gone through a strange time in the last year or two. But how has it been for you? And what do you think, because there's many realtors out there, what do you think separates you from the marketplace?
So I'm a full-time agent, so I'm always knowing what's going on with the market, and it can even just vary a little bit in northern Minnesota from market to market, because I do cover a wide range just because it's rural where I'm at, so I can't necessarily only sell in Aurora, Minnesota, because we only have 1,600 people. So just knowing all those different areas that I'm in so that the clients are informed as I'm working with them through the process of buying and selling.
Well, so it's not that large. So how many transactions do you tend to do in a year? And is there a lack of inventory, or is there a lot of new builds going on right now?
So by me, there aren't any new builds. I know last year was like one of the lowest sales for just everybody all over the country in I think 30 years. But last year I did 39 sides for transactions, and then
Wow.
this year maybe it'll be close to 50.
Wow. So even with the low, so what do you
Mhm.
think is putting you is making a difference for you? Because yeah, you're right. A lot of people sort of struggled
Mhm.
last year. So what's making it different for you?
Just my client relationship and really taking care of them and their needs, listening to what they're needing so that when we go out there, we're able to find the right property for them. And if they're kind of looking at one area, just kind of opening them up to wider options depending on what they're telling me. So taking in that feedback from them.
And so anybody listening who is new to the industry, what top tips would you give them for helping them be as successful as you have been?
Mhm. Get your name out there and just marketing with other people. Different businesses and agents in the area can really help. So I've had referrals come in from other agents who are in my area who know I go a little bit farther and they might not be covering that area, but I've had referrals from them who are like just giving me that opportunity to help their clients, and then it's been successful that way. Just referrals within the brokerage and even other brokerages of agents in my area has helped. So definitely get your name out there and network with other agents and businesses really helps.
Right. And I suppose when you do have limited inventory, then the real focus has got to be on the building the relationships. You said that
Mhm.
it's a referral based business. So for you, how much time would you, or how much time would you say are you spending on getting new business in versus focusing on your past clients and referral
Mhm.
part of the business?
Mhm. Since a lot of it is referral based, I don't spend a whole bunch of time like recruiting new business. It's kind of just kind of came just with the work that I've put in the past of that networking. So it's probably only like 25% of working for news business, and then 75% of working on existing business of what's in the pipeline currently versus getting new business. But it
Right.
does help to already have things in the pipeline where it's like, okay, working with these clients now, and then what's next.
Right. So there's no excuse if there's low inventory. The focus has got to be on nurturing the relationship of past clients and getting those
Mhm.
referrals. So for you,
Yeah.
Riley, well, what's next? What are your goals for this year?
So last week I was able to hit Icon with EXP. So I had a land closing on Friday. So then next month I'll be able to be recognized for this. So I thought it was kind of cool, like hitting Icon and then being on the Icons of Real Estate podcast, even though it's like two separate things. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And the logo is a little bit similar. So
Yeah, no,
um,
it's a good mix. So congratulations,
mhm.
congratulations. So what now? What is your focus moving forwards?
So just continuing the client relationships with people, building my brand here in northern Minnesota since I did move from Montana to Minnesota. So just kind of starting fresh. I've been here about a year now, so kind of still getting my name out there a little bit. But the business has been going well so far, so I hope to continue that.
So what has been the difference? So transitioning from Montana to
Mhm.
Minnesota, what differences have you found within the industry?
Mhm. So I was able to stay with the same brokerage, which was really nice. But in Montana, we were in a military town, so it was a lot more people PCSing. So it would be a lot of virtual tours, people securing a house before they were coming to the base or they were going to be moving and selling. So I had somebody who was like selling a duplex, and then um, they were working on that. So we sold that, got it under contract in a week, just so that they were able to go to their next duty station and not have to worry about this rental property that they had.
So what trends do you see moving forward over the next year for Minnesota?
I think the market's going to tend to appreciate. I mean, it's a little bit uncertain right now for some people, but typically prices tend to go up. So we'll see with what happens with the interest rates if it's going to kind of keep going up. But hopefully, especially for the buyers, that we get a little bit more inventory, because there's definitely a limited selection for the buyers right now, but gives the sellers a little bit more options with what they can do sometimes. So
Fantastic. And so look, finally, because here at Icons, we're not just a podcast, we're the number one real estate podcast network. That's what we focus on when we're really passionate about helping anybody involved in the business of real estate, whether they're realtors, brokers, investors, even mortgage lenders, because it's all about, like you said earlier, getting your name out there. So, Riley, if you had your own podcast, what do you think you'd call it?
Lind Homes.
There you go. She's got one in the bag. She's been thinking about it. And so finally, if anybody's looking to buy or sell in Minnesota, then how do they reach you? Where do they find you?
They can find me on social media, riley.lind, or rileylind.realtor on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Riley, for your time today. It's been fascinating talking to you and hearing about your insights. And to the listeners, I'll be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate. Bye for now.